So I used to, well, I'm on social media a lot, and especially Facebook. And so I see pretty much people posting week in and week out about someone having cancer. And so um, I've always been intrigued with the disease ever since I was in elementary when there was, pardon me, high school, when my science teacher mentioned, about the difficulties of cancer and things of that nature. And funny story is, I literally in 12th grade was like, I'm going to one day discover a cure for cancer. But little did I know that I didn't know the causes. So once I started doing a lot of research, I came across several reports, and they're actually called the reports of carcinogens that the actual government funding studies do. And so it's over 300 plus carcinogens that cause cancer. So I'm like, well, we know for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So cancer just doesn't happen. Disease just doesn't happen. It's an underlying condition. And just know, like pretty much everyone knows, smoking causes lung cancer. Well, how can you cure something and cause something at the same time? So that's been my focus, is to actually really understand cancer, what causes cancer, so I can properly educate people on the causes, because an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure.
Wow. And you said a lot right there, and you made a valid point. It's like, how does something come into being? There's got to be some type of, like you said, catalyst, cause, whatever. And it's like, okay, if you go to the source, now you know you have a better working idea of what adjustments to make. Walk us through building on that and that continued development to lead into your, I'll say, your written masterpiece, because it is, and more of a masterpiece from the lens of, here's a body of work based on solid research, life experience, engagement, all this type of thing. So walk us through it.
Oddly enough, I started writing about cancer over 10 years ago, and that was just through social media posts. So it just dawned on me I wanted to, make 100 different posts around cancer. So over 10 years ago on Facebook, I had a little series called Why I Will Get Cancer, post one of 100. And so every day I would post a reason why one gets cancer. And there's so many people, would contact me and said, you need to write about this. You need to put this into, you know, digestible form, so and get this word out. So that pretty much prompted me to write the book.
Wow. And I tell you what, it just sounds like, and we hear the word feedback, and it really sounds like when you did that 100 post series, you were sharing information and sharing a different vantage point again from doing your qualitative work, and I guess to a degree your quantitative work in regards to, let's look at, best practices, let's look at, valid and reliable, sources of information, you know testing and thinking and postulating and all these types of things. So walk us through the title of your book, and in addition to the themes you've already shared, what are some other, I'll say, general themes and concepts that you're able to explore?
Yeah, so the title of the book is Unraveling the Origins, Exploring 101 Triggers of Cancer. And I'm a bit of a history nut. I like to, I'm very inquisitive, so I like to know and study and do a lot of research. So I picked Unraveling the Origins because I like to paint a picture from beginning to end. How did we get here? Because if you don't know where it came from, you're just gonna make the same mistakes. So that's the first portion of the book. Plus, I like that concept because if I plan on writing other books, and it's going to be a series of unraveling the origins. So getting into the nitty gritty of why things exist. And so initially I was going to do 100 triggers of cancer, but when I finished my book and I started adding it up, it was 101. And I didn't want to delete anything. And then 101 Dalmatians was in the back of my mind. So I said, I'll just stick with 101. So that's how the title came apart about.